I mean, let's be honest. Corporate America meetings are 10 to 2.
Yep.
After 2, in corporate America world, a lot of people don't want more meetings on their calendar after 2 because one, they want to work from 2 to 4 so they can leave at 4 and go home. 2, they might have kids or older dogs or stuff like that. They got to go to daycare. They might be leaving at 3 anyway. So please don't put no meeting between two or 3 because I got work. 3, some people be having like work happy hours. Some people be having shit to do. And some people like to leave. Some people like to go to work from 8 to 10 or 9 to 10, meetings, and then go home and then do the bulk of their work at home. I see some people
Yep.
do that too. I don't like how people can just say, "Hey, I want you here now. Come here. Stay here." It's like a productivity thing, right?
It's not even that. I think it's a control thing. I think it's like I'm in charge and you need to do what I say.
So here's my thing now. If we start time watching, well, now here's what I'm gonna start doing, or what I think we should start doing. If we're gonna start time watching, then all you all you parents, we on your ass. We on your ass.
And
Don't
I think
be.
another part of it is there are people who don't do anything and it's easier to BS at the office, right? Oh, I'm gonna go get coffee. I'm gonna go talk to, especially in the industry that we've worked in together. Like, you know how people be bullshitting around. Like, they work 2 hours a day and the rest of the day is a social hour. And I think a lot of people miss that.
For
Why?
what?
I don't know.
Because here be the thing. For those social hour people, there are the people. There are some people who will just don't have they get all the work done, or they know they don't need that much time to do a lot of their work, so they're just kind of like, hey man, I'm chilling, I'm hanging out.
Which is insane because if I have one of those days, I work as hard as I can to get done as fast as I can.
I
And that's because I'm a morning person. Like, if I have something, like if I have, man, I only got 2 hours worth of work to do today. Guess what? We're gonna be done by 10.
I'm listen. I'm a I want to go home person. What we
Yes,
doing? What we doing?
like
Because like
especially,
I'm gonna be very productive when it's quiet, a lot of peace and quiet.
yeah.
I want to go home, man.
And
I
that's
want.
another thing in the office, right? Like, you're in the zone and anyone can just come by. Hey, I got a question. You got a minute? Can we talk? And it's like, damn, there you go. Concentration gone. It's
Corporate
sad.
pocket watching. How you feel about it?
I'm not a fan of it.
It's kind of shameful, right? It's like, yo, dog, you pocket watching? You supposed to be my homie. Now you act like you don't know me.
Oh, who said that? Is that a thug lyric?
Hey, that boy home. Now, now let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Which headline surprised you more? Young Thug coming home, Lil Dirk getting locked up, or old Donnie T for the 2 out of 3?
Honestly, it was Thug coming home for me. I thought, because if he was even, because the feds came after him, right? Feds don't miss, so he copped a deal, right?
No, the
Is that
state. I think it was the state.
it was the state.
It
Okay,
was the state Rico case.
yeah, I was like, the feds come for you. You ain't getting out.
And
I think it
basically,
was.
and basically, the judge was like, "Yo, this dude is not perfect, but this case that the state put together was so goddamn god awful that, based on the evidence presented, we can't even convict him.
We
So
can't.
yes, well, not convict him. We gonna give him probation, and clearly he is not a threat to the streets because y'all was ready to give him probation already. So you know what? We gonna listen. We're gonna let you go out here. You fuck up. Oh, don't worry. We send your ass right back to the gym. But as of right now, get up on out of here.
Which looks like he not wasting much time going back to jail with some things he's been tweeting.
What do you
Dog,
tweet?
get off the internet.
What do you tweet? Maybe they're
He,
old.
then he called Gunna he didn't call Gunna a snitch, but he was like, we not friends. I don't know why you want to make music together.
Well,
chill
he
out.
is to him. Hey, man, listen. Gunner was helping keeping some lights on while Thug was away.
Like, just chill out. You home. Enjoy your family. That was the most shocking. I wasn't shocked by 45, now 47.
Do we got to call him President two-time?
No, I will never say that.
Listen, if he was fly, he would have a. I want to know what rapper is going to put 45 and 47 in a bar.
Waka Flocka.
Fab.
Fab. Yes.
I was shocked in the way in which he won.
Yeah, I didn't expect.
You told me 7 days ago that would have been a landslide. I would have been like, yo, I don't know what America you're living in, but this guy won't win by a landslide.
Yeah.
I forgot which America I lived in.
Yeah, me too. I was sad. I was sadly mistaken.
Go ahead.
Did you wake up at 3 a.m. like the rest of?
No, well, I live on the West Coast, so
it would have been midnight, so you were up already.
Yeah, I was just going through the night, and I'm telling you, it was like watching. It was like watching a football game where like a big football game, ranked football game, and like it's early, 7-7 into the first. Excuse me. 7-7 into the first, 10-7 midway through the second, and you're like, okay, we got a game, and then it's 17-7 towards the back end of the second, and then right before half, it's 24-7 at half, and you're sitting there like, oh man, they got to come back in them, and then right out of the gate, they scored another touchdown. Now it's 28. And now you're sitting there just like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? Midway through the third, it's 38-7, and you're like, yo, dog. Then they score a touchdown in the beginning of the fourth, and now it's 38-14. You're like, all right, well, just got to score a few more touchdowns, and then it's like 45-14, 52-14, 59-14, 64-14. Now you're sitting there like, oh my god.
So what you're saying, it was Bama LSU from Saturday night?
It was very similar. It was. I was just shocked. I was just like, there's no way. Like, this is going to be a close one. It might take us days to find out, brother. I knew by the time I laid down.
Like I said, the spirit. My wife and I woke up at the same time. And I was like, "Yep."
But you know what I said when I went to bed that night? It was like, what's funny is, I'm going to, over the next week or so, you're going to see people who are going to look you in your face and act surprised, knowing good and damn well they got in that voting booth. They know who they voted for.
And they said 47 it is. I'll tell you a story off air about my voting experience because it was hilarious, but we can't talk about it here.
Hey, you think your vote actually was counted?
It was. Oh, no. It's not like that. It was just the people that I was in line to vote with.
Just because I was about to say, if you had to put your vote in a box, that bitch was burned.
It went through an electronic feeder. But I'll tell you later.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're 8 minutes in, but welcome to episode 164 of Speak On It. When you hear this voice and see this Nas fade, it is DJ Los D-Mitts.
I like that intro.
Of course, every Tuesday evening, not only am I joined by some of the greatest folks in the world, Bam, Kyle, and Rojo, and others, but I'm joined by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, Mr. Danny Ocean. How are we doing for episode 164? Speak on it.
This is one of the highlights of every week for me, right?
There we go.
But tonight, the way we gonna piss on the Dallas Cowboys, this is gonna be one of the best days of my life. I am so excited to be here.
I know you're not gonna feel this way, but midway through the second quarter, I was like, yo, dog, I feel bad for everybody with a star on their helmet because this is embarrassing. Like, this is not two professional football teams on the field right now. It was bad.
We'll get to it later. We're going to get to it. But, buddy, I can't wait to piss on the Dallas Cowboys tonight.
Why don't you let the good people know who this great podcast is brought to them by?
This pod was brought to you by the great folks at GoingForThru.com. Fantasy playoffs are right around the corner. We are halfway through the regular season, which means we are 2/3 away in the away from the into the fantasy season. So as you gear up, waiver wires, trade targets, because Lord knows I need some trade targets. Anything you need, going4two.com. Also, special shout out to Jeff.
Special shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, special shout out Jeff. If you follow Jeff on Twitter, he made an announcement that he's stepping back to focus on himself. Think about you, Jeff. Appreciate you. But yeah, going4two.com. Head over there because I'll be over there all night. Because like I said, I need to really gear up in our dynasty league. I think I can make a run. I'm just missing a piece. Like I'm missing a piece.
Yo, you have gotten 2 victories over me.
I wanted to text you last night, but I'd be so pissed.
Absolute fucking garbage. Like, I don't know which loss I should look back on and say that was some bullshit. Because here's what's happened, and I've noticed it in both leagues. No, in the redraft league. When you what's gonna happen is next couple of weeks, your team is gonna either get absolutely waxed. Oh my gosh.
I think the one in the Dynasty League was because I won by like 0.2 of a point.
No, this one made both of them. I look back on it like, yo, this is some bullshit, but whatever. Last week was it was one of those weeks. Last week was such a good week in fantasy that I knew.
Well, luckily for you, I had to face Jamar Chase in 2 leagues this week. Like I faced him in Dynasty. Rojo throttled me because he had Burrow and Chase. I didn't even check. And then in another league with some college friends, they had Jamar Chase, and they won by like 20. Like it was a lot closer. But in Dynasty, Rojo, he throttled the shit out of me.
Hey, but the Horned Ducks have won a couple in a row, and we look like. Listen, let me tell you something. What's good? I have Rojo's first and second round picks. He has my first and second round picks. If you both make the playoffs, that is basically the best case scenario for me in the fact that Rojo's likely going to make the playoffs. So if I also make the playoffs, because of how our draft system is set up, having his first and second round pick, maybe good. But even if it's not like he's going to get a top 4 pick.
That's true. That's true.
Best case scenario is I need to make the playoffs, but me and your cousin look like we are locked dead step for that last playoff spot.
It's funny. I lost 1 and dropped 2 spots. I was 3rd and now I'm 5th. It's a tight league, man. Like Bam has a 2-game lead over everyone in the loss column, but like other than that, like 2 through 8. Say what?
We can't listen. We got to put in hashtag the call.
Well, I mean, you are the hashtag commission. Call yourself.
I'm about to put in the call. Not Bam. You can't do this.
If he wins this league, if he wins this year, he's gonna be unbearable.
You know what? Something smells like upset coming. Second round upset.
Because Kyle's lost 3 in a row. Kyle looks mortal. You beat Kyle this week, right?
Hey, that's a season sweep of old Team Sinner.
Yeah. Like Kyle's kind of in a slump right now.
I don't think Kyle matches up well with my team. That's what happens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there are 2 cousins. We're talking about you, Bam.
Yeah, we talking about you. But your cousin Jason, me and him are locked in for that 6th. I mean, he's 6th, I'm 7th. We'll see.
I'm just trying again. I'm trying to add some pieces. I'm gonna go back to the well with one of these bottom feeders. Now that it's one step closer, like you need to be rebuilding. Let me help you rebuild with all these picks.
You think your team is on its way to a playoff bid?
I think, like I said, the only thing I would like to have at least one more flex player that's more consistent, because right now it's extremely boom or bust with my flexes. Like it's Christian Watson for the most part. Well, it's Christian Watson, Tony Pollard, and it's usually some combination of Dalton Schultz or Zach Charbonnet, however I feel that week. Like if I had another flex that was a little bit more consistent, like Tony Pollard, like someone who I know no matter what, I'm getting 10 or 12 points a week from them. Like I think that's the difference between me being a fringe playoff team and a contender.
He ain't scaring nobody. I end the season versus Bam. Listen, I hope it's one of those situations where he's got a number one seed on the line because I want to keep him from it. Got to keep him away from like a first round bye.
Hashtag the call.
The call.
But the thing, like for me, like I said, I can't keep relying on Jalen and Devontae Smith like this. Like it's not going to keep. Like there's going to be, and it might be Thursday night for all I know. Like there's going to be a game Jalen's not going to have 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing. Like it's coming.
You know, by the way, Jalen Hurts is some of the biggest bullshit. Playing against, that's some of the biggest bullshit. Just fantasy wise, not football. I'm just talking fantasy wise. That's some of the biggest bullshit, man. That's some of the biggest bullshit. The shit he be doing. But
I'm not the smartest man on earth, but I made the bet that my running backs do not have to be the best because Jalen is going to snipe touchdowns at the tush push, and he is going to cover up my running game dilemma. Man, that was a good bet.
Poor Saquon can't get any rushes within the 1 because they on this bullshit ass play.
Well, Saquon keep getting tackled at the 2.
Well, give it to him at the 2 then.
He keep getting tackled to the 2 at the 2. Saquon, you gotta do better than that.
You know who else got to do better? The Bengals defense.
Yeah, man.
The Ravens defense too, but the Bengals defense just was a little bit worse.
Just a little bit worse.
That's one of the best Thursday night games I've probably ever seen.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. But boy, I mean, that's a tough loss. I think that's a tough loss for the Ravens. I mean, tough for the Ravens. That's a tough loss for the Bengals. But if you're the Ravens, how do you come away from Thursday night feeling good about your defense? You have trust in Lamar, but
I'm very interested in this iteration of the Ravens where it's like, no, like Lamar has to, like we have to win through him. Because you're right, because Ravens are like, it's defense. Like we're going to run the ball, we're going to play sound defense. Lamar, you make a play here, there, and now it's the complete 180. Like, no, Lamar, we need you to be special every single week to win because we can't stop anything.
Yeah, they're out there just basically like, Lamar, save us.
Yeah. I mean, they try to do ball control, right? Like we're going to run with Derrick Henry, we're going to win time and possession and limit the amount of time our defense is on the field. But if you do what the Bengals do and you just throw the sink at stopping Derrick Henry, Lamar's like, okay, that's fine. Like we can win it like this. It's just how do you beat them?
Well, ask the Browns and ask the Chiefs.
Well, the Browns, like division games, carry a little extra weight because the division games, flunky and fluky stuff happens all the time because you know them so well. I'm like the Ravens' offense is at a place where they can win multiple ways. And I guess you're just saying like either Lamar's going to choke in the playoffs like he always does, or how do you game plan? Because all right, let's stop Derrick Henry. Well, Lamar said, I'll just beat you with my legs and my arm. Stop Lamar. Let's put everything, have a light box. Who has a defensive line that can stop Derrick Henry all night?
Well, maybe you bank on, luckily the playoffs are in the cold. So maybe when things get colder and the playoffs get around, yeah, they may have to go to Derrick Henry. But if we really stop Derrick Henry and dare Lamar to beat us,
that's true.
Maybe we dare these wide receivers to really show us something.
That's true. I forgot about the weather being a factor, especially if you have to go to Kansas City or Buffalo.
What's crazy is you look at the Ravens and you're like, man, this is the best team in the NFL. Then you come to realize they're still at best 2 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, well, the best team in the NFL are the Detroit Lions.
We're gonna get to them, but the bullshit I saw in Houston, that can make a baby cry. What about Monday Night Football? Dolphins and Rams. That turned out to be a game. It was a big time win for the Dolphins, stay in the playoff race. Yeah. Big time loss for the Rams too, because they were right in the thick of that NFC West race. Still in it, but now they're a game under 500, and the 49ers look like they're the 49ers. Cardinals look good, and well, the Seahawks are trying.
I really didn't have a lot of fun watching that game until like close to the end. We need to have a conversation about Sean McVay's lack of aggression, or for lack of in his game management. there have been multiple times throughout Sean McVay's tenure in LA where you know how we make fun of Nick Sirianni for being too aggressive and taking the points?
Right.
Sometimes I feel like Sean McVay is on the other end of that spectrum and he is not aggressive enough, especially for the kind of offensive mind that he has. All right, like he is so good at drawing plays, yet he's so passive in plus territory. Like it's 4th and 3 at your 40. Go for it.
Go for it. And you're talking about not the possession where you kick the field goal to be down by 7, but the possession before that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
I'm with you. You have to be aggressive. I think, but I also think when you look at it, they hadn't converted a 3rd down pretty much all game.
But still, like 4th and 3, right? Analytics like 4th and 3 and below, go for it. And again, Sean McVay, this man is supposed to be one of the smartest offensive minds in football. You ain't got nothing, because you know who got something for 4th and 3? Ben Johnson in Detroit. He ain't got no problem with that. Yeah. Say what you want about Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni. Nick got something for that. It might be stupid, but he gonna try. I don't know, man.
We'll get to the Eagles. Here's what I'll say. Shout out to Tua and the Dolphins. Big time win. Yeah. Tyreek Hill's playing through a torn ligament in his wrist, by the way.
The 1 year I got him in fantasy. Not that matters. I hope he's healthy. I know they don't care about our fantasy teams, but the 1 year.
It'd be like that, brother.
It'd be like that.
Would you believe that in my initial draft in this league, I had Tyreek Hill, I had Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, and you traded them away to start a rebuild that is going great. Like
it's going pretty good. I got
well, again, like this isn't a 1 year thing, right? That you made those trades with the thought that in a couple of years you'd be a contender, a long-term contender, not a flash in the pan while they are getting older. So it wasn't a bad strategy. It's paying off. You're in playoff contention right now.
And I have some young talent in my room. I mean, on my team, that's like, as long as they're healthy, they could be pretty good. But look, I look at Bo Nix. In a few years, Bo Nix in my super flex could be well. I do have Josh Allen. I do have Jared Goff. They're kind of teaching them the ways, but Bo Nix is a good player.
Yeah.
My running back room, man, impressive. I have, in terms of young running backs, obviously when I made the trade for Devon A-Chain, I kind of knew.
Yeah, you got me with that one.
Listen,
what did I get for that?
Well, you got James Conner, so it worked out.
No, I didn't get James Conner. Oh yeah, I did get James Conner. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking of somebody else.
So it kind of worked out for both sides.
Out for
both sides. Depends how you look at it. But Devon A-Chain, Ramondre Stevenson. I got some players. Chase Brown's been another pretty good.
Chase Brown has been a revelation in Cincinnati.
Yeah, so speaking of teams that need revelations, the Giants lose to the Panthers
in Germany.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've paid attention to these international games, but recently when teams have went across the pond and lost with that extra time, someone's usually gotten fired on that flight back.
Yes.
Not this time, no. Not this time. Brian Daboll is still the head coach, but Danny, have the Giants hidden of the G-men?
No, they just are who they always been for the past 10 years. I think other than the Jets, the Giants have like the worst win percentage in the past decade. Like this is who they are. They make stupid choices. I feel bad for Daboll because I feel like if Daboll had a competent front office, he could be a really good head coach, and I hope he gets a chance somewhere else. Like the worst thing that happened to the Giants was that that HBO special, the Hard Knock special, because you could tell Daboll didn't want Daniel Jones. He wanted Jayden Daniels, which seems to have worked out for the Commanders. He had the Saquon situation. Like you can see that the Giants are not doing, I don't want to say doing right by Daboll, but they're not taking into account his opinion on like really big decisions.
Because you look back on it, you can just tell how excited he was about Jaden Daniels.
Oh man, he lit up.
And now you got to watch him in Washington every day.
Not only watch him, you have to play him twice.
But you also got to think, I don't know if they would have been able to pick him anyway. Think about it. It's not like,
why is that?
Well, New York.
No, New York had like 3.
Jaden Daniels went 2.
Hold on. I think but Washington jumped up, right?
No, Washington had the 2nd overall pick.
That's because they traded for it, right?
I
thought they traded for it.
I don't think they did. I think they had the 2nd overall pick.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
because New England had the 3rd.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chicago had 1.
Yeah. You're right. They did not trade for 2.
So what do you do if you're the Giants? You're looking at where you're at, and it's like, your division rival is not going to trade with you to move back for you to let you take a quarterback. They're going to take that quarterback. So now you look at it as, would you have maybe made a deal with New England for 3 at Drake May? And I think you look at your quarterback and you're saying Drake May or Daniel Jones. I don't really see so maybe I understand it from that GMing perspective, but man, it's tough. It's tough. You let your one division rival get a better quarterback. You let your other division rival get maybe one of the best 4 or 5 players in football. So now it's just like pick your poison on ways to get fucked. Pause.
And then next year they can watch Dallas select Shador.
According to Stephen A. Smith. Speaking of teams that look pitiful, the Bears, they also look pretty pitiful.
Yes.
This time versus the Patriots, believe it or not. The Patriots came into the Bears' house and they took over their trap. Supposedly, Chicago is evaluating everything, even the quarterback position. Danny, if you were the Bears GM/head coach, how would you kind of handle this?
That's a ludicrous thing to say. You have to say that so Caleb doesn't seem like he's getting preferential treatment. You just drafted him. You ain't doing nothing. I just find it funny when he was drafted, Caleb was like, who's the punter? Tell him he's not going to have to punt a lot this year. How many punts have the Bears gotten off this year?
It's probably, that quote has definitely been one of the more freezing cold takes. What's funny is I think a lot of people looked at this roster and Caleb Williams said, oh, yeah, greatest show on turf. And now you're just seeing that a lot of Caleb's issues and this issues with these teams are the same issues they had when Justin Fields ran it. So, again, is it structurally the players or is it the functionality of the organization they're playing within?
I definitely think it's organization. I think that coach is gone. Once you start firing half your staff, you're next.
I read somewhere that since Matt Eberflus has been there, over like 11 or 12 different members of his staff have either resigned or been fired.
Yeah, like that. That is a Band-Aid to cover a bullet hole. Say what?
I said, what's that tell you?
Sounds like someone else needs to go. Who do you think is going to be the coach of the Bears next year? Like Jacksonville is going to be open. Chicago is going to be open. I'm trying to think what other jobs will be open. New York will probably be open.
Well, truthfully, probably Lincoln Riley.
Really? You don't think Ben Johnson will go to a division rival?
No, and I think that the Bears will look at it and they'll say he was very successful doing XYZ under XYZ's tutelage, XYZ being Lincoln Riley. And I think they would look on it and they would say, well, if we can't get Cliff Kingsbury, which we probably will not, because maybe he doesn't want to leave Washington, then maybe we can go get the QB, the OC/head coach of our quarterback from college and have him bring that system in.
Do you think Lincoln Riley would make that jump to the NFL? Because his stint at USC has not been memorable, especially now that they're – or do you think he goes in the NFL? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to go into the NFL to run away from the Big Ten because the NFL is a lot harder than the Big Ten. I don't know if he makes that jump.
Is it because you got to deal with NIL, recruiting, all that BS? He's not trying to deal with that.
Yeah,
Chip Kelly already said, "Yo, this some BS."
but do you think? Yeah, that's an interesting thought. And bam, Brian Flores is never getting another head coaching job again. Sorry to
That
tell
man
you.
will never coach in the NFL again.
He will always be a coordinator. He will never get a head coaching job. I don't care what he does.
What are your thoughts on the Colts situation?
I hope they feel stupid. What did you get by benching Anthony Richards? Everyone said it. What do you get? You get a pick six from Joe Flacco.
They some ass. Ass. They some ass. Colts are bad. They gotta get better.
They got to get back. Well, that job might be open too.
Yeah, the Bills are good, but they ain't. You ain't gotta make them look like that. They ain't gotta make you look like that. They ain't gotta make you look like that. Do we got to talk about these voodoo witches that are the Kansas City Chiefs and how they keep? Yeah,
I'm scared to talk about them because we might get cursed.
Man, they keep doing it.
They keep, and now Pacheco's coming off IR. They can't keep getting away with this.
Here's what's funny. So I was watching that play, that field goal kicker, that field goal block. When I was watching some more analysis on it, apparently when Kansas City was studying the kicking unit for the Broncos, they kept noticing that each time that the guy who got bullied over that ended up leading to the block, apparently he's been struggling there on that position all season.
Really? So he was the mark.
Mm-hmm. And they just went to that. They attacked that side. That's why if you watch the replay, I mean, all those guys just fell right back. Look like the. You remember when Kevin Hart was showing how LeBron be falling in games or Shaq be falling in games?
Yeah.
What about the Saints stealing the game versus the Falcons?
The Falcons would have won. I think they would have had a 3-game lead in the division, big enough that even though the Bucs are getting healthy with Mike Evans coming back, like you got a decent cushion, and they swept the Bucs. You got a decent cushion, but then the Falcons like no. We are the Falcons.
They had the Falcons it up.
They had to Falcon it up. Do you have any thoughts on that? Because I'm just flabbergasted.
Listen, I was sitting. I when the clock hit zeros in that game, I was sitting there like, well, I wonder if Kirk walks in their trap and takes over their trap still after that one. They looked
That
bad.
shit is dead.
They didn't look like the. They didn't look like the team that I thought they were. They weren't really running the ball well.
No.
I think
Bijan had 2 TDs. Like Bijan got busy.
Yeah, but by then they were too busy in comeback mode. I think
true.
The Saints kind of just put it on them early. Marquez Valdez-Scantling out here getting busy like this.
Who would have thought? Shout out to whoever had money on MVS multiple touchdowns. You made the call.
Yeah, you made #the call. Steelers and Commanders have an instant classic. I don't think we need to cover that one. Sam Darnold, Mac Jones. No, that's the reason why you fucking won. That's the only reason. Because Sam Darnold went down in Jacksonville and had probably one of the nastiest games I've ever seen outside of Matthew Stafford. I mean, not Matthew Stafford, outside of Jared Goff. That's the only reason why you won. It's a BS. I'm
still won.
That is true. Now it's going to be hilarious how I got to watch the rest of Slim Charles' season as they may win a game.
Hey, all I got to do is stay away from last place. Like, that's all I care about because I am not paying half the dues of the winner. I refuse, and I'm not leaving. I just got to stay out of last place. And oh boy, lost last week too. So it's like 2 games between us.
Some bullshit, man.
I just need him to lose.
Well, other questions. How the hell you lose a game when a team throws 5 picks?
That's insane. That's insane. Like I went to bed like after the third one. When did he throw the third? No, the Hail Mary was the third one, right at half.
Mm-hmm.
I went to bed. I was like, "There's no way." And damn it, if I ain't wake up Monday morning and the Lions had won. Are the Lions that good or are the Texans frauds?
I think a mixture. I think a mixture of both. I think the Texans. Listen, man, they're missing some skill position players. They need some wide receivers. I think C.J. Stroud is still scared of that offensive line.
Yes.
They don't necessarily do the best protecting them. But let me tell you something. You pick off someone 5 times and lose.
That's on offense. That's offense. Like that's on you.
Like, come on, bro. We were +5 on the turnover battle, or probably like actually it was like plus. Actually, no, it was like +3 or 4. No, it might have been like +2.
It doesn't matter if you're in the plus in the turnover margin. 7.5 times out of 10, you're going to win.
Yeah, because you had more possessions. More possessions equals more opportunities to score the ball.
I have never seen anything like that. Jared Goff played the worst game of his life and still won. That's how good the Lions are. And Aiden Hutchinson isn't there. Absurd.
Well, they got David Smith on the way.
They dead ass might make it to the Super Bowl. I never thought in my life I would live to see the day where the Detroit Lions are not only Super Bowl contenders, but Super Bowl favorites.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Me too.
Gotta see it to believe it.
But that game-winning field goal, how many times have we seen the Lions on the other end of that? Right? Like that's what we're used to.
Or on the other end of a Hail Mary.
Yeah, like that's what we're used to. Not this. Good for them though, for now, until they become annoying. Because that's on the way.
They already are.
Because here's the thing.
Everyone keeps going back to biting kneecaps. 2 for 20. Pick six.
When the ugly dude finally pulls.
You're trying to make goddamn Aaron Rodgers happy, and look what the goddamn Lions are goddamn out here doing.
Let it out. It's a safe space.
It's okay.
But what happens when the ugly dude finally pull a baddie? He think he Johnny Bravo, and that's I think where we're going with the Lions.
Here's the thing about Johnny Bravo. He ain't pulling no hose. Johnny Bravo did not pull no hose. That was the premise of the show, matter of fact. He was the thirstiest man alive. He ain't pulled no hose. And he had some. Actually, you look back on some of Johnny Bravo's game, it was like, bruh, what are we doing? Hey, little mama, look here right now. I got me some of this shaved butter oil and big old Beck if you're trying to rubble Big Papa down. It's like, sir, you are going to jail. What?
He's a sexual harassment meme?
Oh, brother. He's a walking diddler. Continuing. Wait, we covered all things NFL, right? I think we covered it.
We did. We missed one, but I'm going to be quiet until it's time.
You're right. Sunday afternoon, around that Dallas-Fort Worth area, there was a game. There was a game. Now, I want to take you back maybe about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, down in Jerry's world, the Pittsburgh Steelers played the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl in Jerry's world.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers won. Head coach at the time was Mike McCarthy, current head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. The quarterback at the time was Mr. Discount Double Check himself, Aaron Rodgers, with the longer hair back then.
Yep.
He's currently the quarterback of the New York Jets. This past weekend, down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Eagles put belt to ass on the Dallas Cowboys. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a professional football team versus a flag football team. In other news, in Arizona, the Cardinals put belt to ass on the Jets. It wasn't close either. From start to finish, it was belt to ass. So, Danny, my question to you is, who should be more disappointed in where their team currently stands 12 years post the last time they won the Super Bowl? Mike McCarthy or Aaron Rodgers?
Oof. I don't think either one of them should be more embarrassed. Like they still did great things. Like the Packers would
Right now.
more embarrassed right now. Definitely Aaron Rodgers. Because if
So,
you're Mike McCarthy, what you can say is, well, Dak is hurt. My defense has been hurt. Jerry really didn't give me anything support-wise in regards to receivers and running backs. Jerry spent all this time playing with Dak and CeeDee's money when he could have wrapped this up and we could have had a better idea of what the resources we had. Who runs the draft? What's Jerry's son's name?
Steven
traded back, I believe, and they missed out on Jonathan Brooks. Like Mike McCarthy can say stuff that's like, like I had a hand in it, but it wasn't me. Everything that's happened in New York is going because Aaron Rodgers wants it that way. Because no sane GM would have traded for Devontae Adams. No sane GM would have signed Alan Lazard.
Rodgers has come out and said that's not necessarily true. What you're saying?
Of course. What's the hot dog meme? We're going to find out who did this. Yeah, we will. Come on. He is running the show. There's no one. Robert Sala's gone, and you still suck. You wanted Nathaniel Hackett as your OC. The offense stinks.
But what if this is really a No,
I'll say this. Joe Douglas went to the school of Howie Roseman general managing.
Touche.
He would not run a team like this. But he going to get fired because the owner wanted to listen to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers said that's not necessarily true, though. And I like
but what is he going to say? Yeah, this is my fault. I did this. I wanted Devontae here.
I'm going to believe my goat.
Okay, you do that. Your goat smokes crack in the woods.
Hey, sometimes you got to hit that crack pipe. Don't do drugs, kid. I'm lying.
Don't smoke crack. Like you can smoke weed. Goddamn, don't smoke no crack.
What's that one? What's that one video? It was like, "Do us all a favor and stay off the crack pipe."
Yeah, like don't have Joe Lewis coming to your school trying to throw you off the roof because you smoke crack. Please don't smoke crack. Like no heroin, no crack, no cocaine, no speed, no ecstasy, no angel dust.
I just feel like a Black Panther super pro-black speaker at like a student teacher, any sort of like student school function has got to be one of the funniest things ever. Yo, dog, we're here learning about literature. Here he come in with a black beret and a black leather jacket talking about, listen, that's the white man's history that you're learning. Really what you need to be learning is the education for us, my brother.
What color is his beret? Is it multicolored or is it straight black?
Straight black.
Okay.
Straight black with the black shades on indoors to let the man know.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything.
Bam said you can't OD on crack. You give it a shot, let me know.
Bam, what? Kyle said, I guess I was wrong. Cowboys do have more playoff wins in their own stadium than the Packers, but it's 3-2.
Pathetic.
Bam, I have so many questions, but I'm going to keep it to myself. Let's get it into NCAA.
I can't piss on the Cowboys' grave. We're going to gloss over that?
Oh, you didn't say nothing?
No.
Oh, go ahead, brother. I thought you got your shit off.
Rest in piss, bozos. Go to hell.
What were your thoughts on the Eagles, how they looked, and,
I didn't learn anything Sunday because they did what they were supposed to do. Quinyon Mitchell, defensive rookie of the year. Book it. I don't care what Jared Verse counting stats are. Quinyon Mitchell, lockdown corner as a rookie. He put Jamar Chase in Guantanamo Bay. He put every star receiver seen. Mike Evans, Guatan. Let me go to the list of receivers. Quinyon Mitchell done locked up. No, sir. No, sir. CeeDee Lamb, lock that fool up. Man, give Quinyon the truth, man. Malik Neighbors, put him in jail. Let's see. Who else did they play? They played the Packers. That was his rookie. Packers didn't really do nothing.
What do you do?
Quinyon Mitchell, rookie of the year.
Like, did the Packers outgain the Eagles in that game?
They lost. I know that.
But that's not my question.
Hold on. Let me get Quinyon Mitchell's counting stats.
Because I remember Jordan Love and company kind of getting busy into that final drive.
Quinyon Defensive Rookie of the Year. I got to find his stats. I saw him the other day. That boy, the truth. Shut up, Bam. This is the first time the Lions have been relevant in my 35 years on this planet. Sit over there. We'll see you in Detroit in January, and we're going to beat that ass too. Shit.
Wait, y'all got a game there?
No, it's going to be the NFC Championship game in Detroit.
Oh, please.
And Cooper DeJean, yeah, man, that's another great one. Cooper DeJean going to pick Jared Goff off. Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Kyle said the Packers are the best team the Eagles have probably played so far. So basically what he's saying is y'all ain't played nobody. I would like to look at
no. Because when the Bengals week, all I heard was, well, if the Bengals win, then no.
The Bengals are the best, as we've clearly seen.
Well, Quinyon locked Jamar Chase down. That's why the Bengals sucked that day against the Eagles.
But sir, the
Quinyon
Bengals
had him in jail.
Okay, but sir, the Bengals are not a good football team, like in general.
If the Eagles had lost to the Bengals, they'd have been a good team. That's revisionist history. I hate that. That's all right though. They beat the Saints.
How many different teams are the Eagles playing in the NFC Championship game? I thought the same thing, Kyle, because I kind of want to.
It don't matter. They're all victims. Line them up. I don't give a fuck who it is.
The championship game was the Eagles versus the Packers.
Well, the Packers can't win their own division. How they gonna make it to the NFC Championship game?
You ain't gotta win. You ain't gotta win your division to make it to the championship game. So the Eagles have played the Packers. Then they played the Falcons. They lost.
Yeah, they lost.
Beat the Saints. Lost to the
Bucs. No. We need context because that's when the Saints had scored like 67 points in 2 weeks, and they're gonna win the NFC South. And Derek Carr MVP. That was the first loss of a 7-game lose streak. You can keep going.
So they turned out to be some ass.
No, at the time it was game of the week. Keep going.
Lost to Tampa, which is I would say
that was belt to ass, 100%.
16-33. All right, beat the Cleveland Browns 20-16.
Which the Ravens lost to, so who knows? Keep going.
Beat the New York Giants 28-3. Beat the Bengals 37-17.
Very impressive.
Beat the Jaguars 28-23. All right, I'm seeing it.
Not impressive. Very spooky game.
And beat the Cowboys 34-6. Okay.
Best game of my life.
Now let's first off, okay, so I see what they're saying about y'all's schedule, but you play who's on your schedule, so I'm not going to hold that against you. But I'm also going to look ahead at some of these other teams. So we got the Commanders.
Thursday night.
The Rams. That's Sunday night.
That's a Sunday night. I don't think. Yep. And then they got Baltimore.
Oh yeah. Now we got something to see. And then
they got another game after that. The next 4 games are going to be like the litmus test.
Oh yeah, the Steelers, and then the Commanders.
Yeah, that was the other one in the Steelers.
And then
Kyle said the Packers barely beat the Jags too. So yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Listen, who went? Yeah, listen. Guess we'll see after Thursday night. I'm excited.
Rest in piss, Dallas. Fire up the mock drafts, bozos. I was so happy. I called my dad. He's a Cowboys fan. What did I say back in August? What have they done to make you believe that they were better? And I was right.
Bam said y'all are middle of the pack. Y'all Super Bowl is beating the Cowboys in Dallas.
Listen to this guy. Again, this is the second time the Lions have been relevant in my 35 years on this planet. Here he come.
They got to get their stuff off.
This kid is going to be another 35 years for they relevant again.
Well, speaking of teams that are relevant now, the college football new updated college football playoff rankings are probably already released by the time we got going. But let's take a look at some of the storylines from this past week in college football. So Indiana and Ohio State are getting closer to a showdown. Ole Miss dominates UGA, which I think is pretty big in the SEC.
Yeah, that's massive.
I mean, it was start to finish. They had them boys gripping the pillow. So,
whoa,
Jesus! Lady Luck finally catches up to the University of Miami. They lose to Georgia Tech. So the state of Georgia had an up and down weekend in terms of football. We already talked about it. Bama dominated LSU in Death Valley, which is big. Colorado looked pretty impressive versus Texas Tech. Listen, Travis Hunter, real chance at winning the Heisman, you think?
Yeah, I think this week a lot of people, Cam Moore got taken out the conversation. Who else lost this week? Carson Beck was never in the
still in it.
He's out. He's out. Cam Moore's out of it. Who else is in? Dylan Gabriel still in it. The running back from Boise State. Cam Ward is he went from like 1, now he's probably 4th. Like he'll get the invite. I think Dylan Gabriel is probably Travis Hunter's probably the front runner. Then it's Dylan Gabriel.
Don't count out Shedeur Sanders too. He might end up being one.
You think?
Why not?
I'd be pleasantly surprised.
Clemson dominates my Hokies.
Yep.
They kind of mentioned how Colorado obviously has a better record than Virginia Tech. That's not really saying much for the Hokies. They are bad.
What happened to baby Jalen Hurts? I tuned in and he wasn't playing.
Well, he turned into Jalen Hurts.
Oh, and then y'all would be contending for an ACC championship.
Or right middle of the pack.
Because that's what Jalen does. He wins.
Middle of the pack.
Yeah, I can put some respect on my quarterback. He playing better than Jordan Love.
Well, Jordan Love was on bye last week. Listen, the big games for week 11 in college football. No Thursday night games, but we got Tennessee versus UGA, which would be a big bounce back game for UGA. Utah, after what was a hilariously funny last play, will take on what's this
Colorado. One? They'll play Colorado this week.
Colorado. I don't know why I was thinking about like northern Texas for some reason. Colorado. And then Clemson's going to be taking on Pitt in Pittsburgh. So those are probably the big games for this weekend college football wise. Any thoughts there?
You know what's funny, especially in the ACC, it's like everyone's fighting for the right to get slaughtered by SMU. Because SMU is clearly the best team in the ACC right now.
Took over people's trap.
Say what?
The SMU walked into the ACC and took over people's trap.
First year. This is college football is great when SMU is paying players and SMU is good.
Let's pay these players their money so they can get paid.
I think the rankings are about to drop. They tweeted an hour ago that in an hour they would release them, so they should be coming pretty soon.
Hopefully. I know in the NBA right now, we got the NBA Cup, otherwise known as the in-season tournament for some of you people. Yes, I am a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, defending champions of the in-season tournament. Yes. But in the big tournament of NBA basketball, Donovan Mitchell, the Cleveland Cavaliers, undefeated, win over Boston underneath their belt.
Yeah.
And how serious are you taking the Cavs? 12.
They have my attention. I'll say that. Last week I was like, whatever. They got my attention now. I see you against like Cleveland, Boston, rest of the East for now. But Cleveland and Boston are at a point where they can put so much space between them and the rest of the East that by the time those other teams get healthy, it does not matter. So
we got to get some teams from the East playing a little bit.
I mean, the Knicks are third. and it feels like a distant third. It feels like it's so.
Like because you don't really talk to no more.
Yeah, the East. Like I don't know if you're the league. I don't know what you do because you can't put a lot of these East Coast teams on national television because it's not going to be fun basketball, and you just can't keep putting, like the 7 teams in the West that are fun because fans are going to get bored. I don't know what you do.
Pray.
I mean, because the East is fine when everyone's healthy, like when the Sixers are healthy and the Magic are healthy. Like you have some interesting stories to tell, but they just aren't healthy. How long is Powell out for?
Wait, say that again.
How long is Banchero out for?
Oh, they said out indefinitely, but I think he does have a chance to come back this season.
Yeah, like that. Okay, so now the Magic, Sixers can't get right. New York seems like they're just like there's nothing interesting happening in the East other
What's
than
going
Cleveland.
on in Philly is a damn abomination. They're getting their asses kicked right now on TNT in front of Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, and all the good
God.
It's ridiculous.
And then you got I just had that team. Milwaukee. Like they suck.
Yo, they are ass. And they can't fire nobody because they already paying people that they fired.
And Giannis can't ask for a trade because everything a team has to give up to get you, like you're just going to go to the spot. You're going to go to another team with the same problem. They're not going to have any assets.
You gotta do this one. Listen, what they say, you gotta sit this one out and work through it, my boy.
I mean, he got his MVPs. He got his MVPs. He got his ring. He's still considered a top 5 player. Hey, man, like just dominate.
Just dominate.
That's all.
He's probably feeling bad. He was like, yo, I promised Dame like a ring and I ain't got it.
Dame knew what he was getting himself into.
Here's what I'll say. I know in hindsight 2020, Dame Lillard probably looks back and said, I probably didn't have to force that trade, and I probably could have lived with Scoot Henderson playing behind.
Yep. But Dame wanted to go to Miami.
Yeah, you ain't going to Miami. We're not sending you to the hose.
I think he got 2 years left on his deal. Dame does.
Yeah, fine God. Phoenix, OKC, Golden State sitting atop of the West. I don't think we're surprised about OKC, but
nope.
Tell me your thoughts about Phoenix and Golden State.
Not shocked by Phoenix because Phoenix's problem last year was they weren't healthy. Bradley Beal was in and out. Now they're healthy, and they got a point guard. I think the one. Well, now that Chet is out with a broken hip for the foreseeable future, I want to see how OKC handles that because Chet is their rim protector. But I think it's Golden State. It's got to be Golden State. We all left Golden State for dead. Clay left. It's just Steph by himself. Draymond is volatile. But Steve Kerr might actually be a good coach.
He might, except inside of Boston where everyone hates him.
Yeah. Well, who cares? He was supposed to win a gold medal. He won a gold medal. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Listen, my thoughts about the Golden State Warriors are that, hey, they're winning in numbers. We're seeing Steph Curry play maybe less minutes he normally averages, but they're winning games, man. You can't really complain when a team's winning games, right?
It's a great story for the season. Like Steph's final hoorah is great.
Chauncey Billups recently came out and talked about his Portland Trailblazers and basically said it looked like guys are out there because they get paid to play, not because they love the game of basketball. What are your thoughts and how good of a look is this?
Chauncey is starting to gaslight people to ask him to be fired. This is it's not you, it's me.
Why you say that?
Because who controls that, Chauncey? You do. That is a culture issue. Who is in charge of the culture of the team? The head coach. If you coming out and saying, man, these guys are just playing for money. They don't love the game. Well, Chauncey, whose job is it to fix that?
Talk to him, damn it!
That's your job, buddy.
Let him know.
He's setting the stage for him to be fired. He gonna be, damn, I'm just
fucking stage.
He's just like, damn, I'm just bad at this job. Y'all should just. It's better if we all went our separate ways. I know someone who's trying to get broken up with.
What? Preach.
Who said that?
Young Dolph, R.I.P.
Oh, R.I.P.
Same bitch that says she love you, she'll set you up. Preach.
I mean, you're a DJ, so this is natural. It's like you're such a music connoisseur.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on? Listen, I think about a week ago we were like, "Yo, the Nuggets are off to a slow start." A week later, no, they're not.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Jokic should keep this up for an entire season? Because I do not think he can.
Yeah, why not? He's a two-time man.
This?
Listen, man. If AD can do it, so can Jokic.
I don't know if he can keep this pace up right now, man.
I need AD to be the face of this man as he beats him for the Western Conference title.
Okay. I don't think he can keep this up. And I hate so much that this collective bargaining agreement punishes good teams. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Because teams like Jokic should be in contention for the next 4 years, but everyone hated Golden State so much they had to put in that second apron. And I hate it so much because they're haters.
Mad haters. Like they listen, as a professional hater, there's nothing worse than these type of haters.
Like if Lakem wants to pay the luxury tax to win, good for him. If Steve Ballmer wants to do it, good for him. I'm sorry the owners of the Bucks can't do that. That's your problem.
Why punish certain owners for wanting to win, but reward other owners for accepting a losing culture?
Thank you.
Make it make sense to me.
Like this swing to the other side of the pendulum of where you never want to see a team like the Warriors again sucks. Because Jokic should be contending for an NBA title every year, and he won't because the Nuggets can't build a team around him because they don't want to go for that second apron.
Well, that's the NBA's way of saying you got to develop better, son.
How are you going to develop the 52nd pick in the second round every single year, or the 30th pick? Because you like, come on, man. But whatever. This is what we're going to have parity, but we're not going to have dominance, and people like dominance more than parity, whether they want to admit it or not.
I like a good dominant. Well, I like a good, really good team. I'm not going to say I like dominance.
People, myself included, act like we hate the Chiefs, but we all enjoy seeing them in the Super Bowl every year. Whether you want to see them lose or you want to see Patrick be great, there's something to dominance.
I hope y'all ready for this run the Packers are about to make to me.
Okay. Jordan Love does turn into Brett Favre, like welfare stealing Brett Favre.
He'd be throwing some Brett Favre-tism like interceptions that I'd be questioning life about. Speaking of questioning life, Sami Zayn feeling oozy again.
Yeah,
he's feeling oozy. I'm feeling kind of oozy. I'm feeling oozy. Baby, can you juice me?
Whoa, that's a crazy bar. I might use that later.
Freak ass boy. Okay, moving on. Any coaching changes in the WNBA we need to be worried about?
The only big change is Kurt Miller, who was the coach of the Sparks, is now the general manager of the Dallas Wings. He has a job ahead of him. First, what do we do with Arike Ogunbowale? I am very intrigued to see how he builds this roster because on paper, the Dallas Wings should be a top 3 or 4 team in the WNBA.
Do you think he keeps them, or would he look to trade them for pieces?
I don't know, because the Arike Ogunbowale experience is fun when it's fun, but when it's bad, Jesus, it's terrible. Me personally, I would give it one more run and hope Satu Sabli stays healthy and see what happens. Because when they were healthy, because last year they were hurt all year. The year before that, they played the Aces in the first round and lost. I think they got swept. But give it one more year with Satu Sabli and hope she's healthy and see what happens.
What was her injury this year?
Last year was a shoulder, and then here come the Olympics. All of a sudden she can play. She played in the Olympics. They come back, and by that time, like Natasha Howard broke her foot. Maddie, I believe, broke her wrist. Like half the team was hurt, so they sucked. I'd give it one more spin and hope they stay healthy. But we'll see. And that's it.
Well, hey, run it back, Dallas. Run it back. That's what Luka would want, and that's what he would say.
And that's what the Cowboys did.
Hey, talk to me about the Mavs. How you feeling about it?
Not great right now, Bob. They've lost like 3 or 4 in a row. The toughest loss was against Phoenix because that was not a foul. It should have went to overtime.
You think so?
That was not a foul on Nurkic. And it also shows how important Derek Lively is to this team. Like everyone talks about Gafford and Lively are interchangeable. No. Like Derek Lively unlocks a part of this team that takes them from play in to contender. Like that's Derek Lively.
What's funny is you guys have already played the Suns 2 or 3 times already?
I think twice.
Yeah.
But that other night in Dallas, it should have went to overtime. That was not a foul.
Lost both times to him. Maybe they have y'all's number.
Maybe, but we all know if they meet in the playoffs, what Luka likes to do to Devin Booker and the Suns. So I ain't worried about it.
Kyle says the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in their 5th straight Grey Cup, not seen since Warren Moon in the 80s. Danny, what are your thoughts?
Oh, speaking of which, Kyle, what's the team in Calgary? One of my colleagues today had on a Canadian football sweatshirt. Is it the Calgary Renegades? Hold on. And I was like, oh man.
Winnipeg plays the Toronto Argonauts. Argos won this Grey Cup matchup 2 years ago.
Interesting. Yeah, hold on. They had on the Calgary Stampeders. Yeah, she had on a Calgary Stampeders sweater. I was like, oh damn. And I thought of you, Kyle. Huh?
You she a Stampeders fan?
I thought, well, I just thought of Kyle. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I used to run with some Stampeders back in. I used to run with some Stampeders.
Boy, don't tell them yourself.
Listen, we used to move and shake round 9-5, round 6-12, 8-10, doing the 6-5 dirty, round 10 wheel on the 4x4, round shotgun with wheels foot.
I don't know what that means, but I'm calling the police. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like the police need to be involved.
Yo, let me tell you something. I was recently, for some reason, since the election, of course, they start bringing back old Big T talks.
Oh, God.
I recently saw a more recent Big T talk. He was up there and said, yeah, Joe Biden's asleep. Kamala's somewhere having a dance party with Beyonce.
Oh, God. Because I can do saying Beyonce. Did he do his hand like the Beyonce?
You know, it's even funnier. Hold on. Oh, I don't have my backpack on me. Never mind. I saw it in a video. Someone made like a song about it. It was like dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
Oh God.
Oh,
here we go.
The Rock was on the Stampeders.
Oh, did you see his new GQ shoot?
He has a shoe?
No, GQ shoot, SHOO2, like a photo shoot.
No, what it look like?
He wearing baggy sweatpants with no shoes on. I don't know what that man was thinking, but whatever.
Oh, he got that from you. He got that from your closet.
He did not. I don't walk around barefoot in my house. I wear socks at all times.
Nah, you a toes out ass boy.
Never.
Dance party with Beyonce. Look at Bam. Bam, you such a bird. How do you know that? You such a bird, Bam. I know you be. Listen, does Bam have any children?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He's not a bird. He's a father.
There are father birds.
All right. Well, that's your cousin, not mine. So I'm not going to say that. But hey, if Bam's a father bird, then Bam, you're such a bird. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. That's how the song goes too.
Bam is an excellent father.
And Bam, let's talk about gifts and ones that we should send in mail group chats. Because that one you sent the other day,
jail.
You know, when I thought back on it, I wanted to talk to HR But then I realized
we should kick his ass out. I wasn't joking with that. Kick his ass out the group now. That's hashtag the call. Get him the fuck out of here.
we gotta kick you out like you came in like hot like Achilles did that one time.
Achilles not that bad. Like I'd rather have Achilles over that gift.
Nah. When you see the plastic on the furniture, like my man got, he had Snoopy at a table with Jesus playing poker. yeah. He was at a table with Snoop Dogg, Jesus, Snoopy, and Tupac, and they was playing poker, and that was on a painting.
Did you see?
You know what's funny is I text Dylan like once every week or two, and he do be setting his lineup, but his team been so bad that I've been stuck between wanting to text him about his team and just kind of being like, nah, I'm gonna let it rock out, because he's a Chargers fan too, so he has Justin Herbert. I don't think he wants to give up on Justin Herbert, but his team's not good this year.
It's never been good.
That's not true. He went to a championship game the year Greg won it.
Oh, he was okay. Well, I've been trying to trade with him
the first or second year. Then that was the first year, and then the very next year, him and Greg played in the championship game, which was and then Kyle said setting lineups is the problem. He just doesn't respond.
Yeah, he don't respond.
Oh,
I've been reaching out about players.
Oh, I think he has his notifications muted, because I text him. That's why I have his number. I just text him.
Oh, well, tell him to start wheeling and dealing, because I'm interested.
All right, I'll send him a text message.
I sent him a message a year ago. He still ain't respond.
Yeah, no, I don't think he has like ever looked at the
hilarious
notifications part of that app. I think he just kind of sets his lineup and goes. Darius McAdoo, who is MVC 10, he's not tanking. I think he's trying to be competitive, but his team's also
another one that I'm trying. But he responds. He and I have had conversations about his roster. We just can't come to an agreement. We're just trying to come. Maybe he will now that he's second to last place.
Or maybe he's trying to. He has all his picks, so he might be picking.
I got a second round pick.
You got Dylan's, or no, you got Darius McAdoo. Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got his second round pick. The way he going, it might as well be a first. He might as well come holler at me.
Who's going to send me the best offer for Keaton Mitchell? Because
nobody.
When the day ends, I mean, at the end of the day's got to end.
My favorite Glorilla quote. Have you heard her new album yet? Now we just rambling.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard her new album.
That shit not.
She got some slaps on there. Listen, I'm telling you, best offer for Keaton Mitchell.
I got a third.
I've already gotten one decent offer I got. It was a small package that started with a first and a young wide receiver.
Okay. Cal said, I'm trying to talk to this man. He could at least hit reject.
I gotta be reminded to. Let me text him. Be like, hey, yo, some people trying to make some deals with you now that you looking like you're at the playoff.
Not even looking now that you a bottom feeder.
So you ain't gotta say it like that, my boy.
But and then like I want to talk to Greg, but I know Greg gonna try to rip me off. So I don't even bother anymore.
No, I'm not trading. I'm not trading with Greg. You just can't.
Like Greg be like, yo, give me Devontae Smith in the first rounder, and I'll give you
a couple of nickels and a pocket full of candy.
Yeah, I'll give you Joey Bosa. Like that's the kind of shit Greg be saying.
Yeah. Then you're like, yo, it was an initial offer. It's like, all right, dude.
What's up, Achilles?
What's up, Achilles? Mr. Plastic the sofa. Akili. So part of me wants you to join this stream so I can. Never mind, man. I just want to see that painting again. Can I see that painting with like Jesus, Martha Stewart, Jesus, Snoopy? They keep my paintings. Nah, Keely, I just want to see that painting again, man. I just got to see that painting again. Keely. Hey, Keely said he going to be in the playoffs. Keely, let's talk Keaton Mitchell.
Oh, Keely said, keep your trash ass trade to yourself. And Keely beat the shit out of me this week. Like I said, after that Thursday night game, I didn't check it for the rest of the weekend.
Listen, there's a reason why he ain't won a chip yet. His team.
Well, he's in third place now, and his point total is through the roof. Now he's flirting with Bam and Kyle.
Yeah, he ain't all that. Let me tell you something. The Las Vegas Horned Ducks are the real ones.
Okay.
And so nobody want to make a trade for Keaton Mitchell?
You gonna take him off trade block?
No, I'm gonna send someone else to trade who I know is a little bit more interested. If everyone here is gonna play around, I'm gonna trade with someone who's a little bit more interested.
Hey, yo, Bam just changed. Bam, wait.
Yeah, they have changed his name to Lomar Cumming.
Get him out of here. Kick him out this motherfucker.
I'm telling you, Bam's a freak ass boy. Let's acknowledge that Bam is a freak ass boy. We got
he's disgusting.
Listen. What's your thoughts on Bijan Robinson said that Saquon Barkley may have started some with the reverse hurdle and that he's kind of been practicing himself on something similar?
Dog, don't get fucked up. That's to anyone who's trying to do this reverse hurdle. I don't care who you are. Don't get fucked up.
You think that's what? Yeah, you think that's what's going to happen?
Don't get fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
You think that's what's going to happen?
And Keely, who gave you a low ball offer for Jamar Chase? I know you ain't talking about me. I have sent you fair offers for Jamar Chase over the years. I haven't said anything this year because I know he off limits. Yeah, now we need to everybody on the same page with Greg. Greg gonna say, give me 7 first-round picks, and I'm gonna give you Joey Bosa. Like that's the shit Greg be talking about.
Kyle, thank you for the acknowledgement on the season series sweep. It'd be like that sometimes. Akili, listen, I will give you.
Here we go.
I can't even get. Listen, Akili, I'll give you Keaton Mitchell for that painting. Give me that. Ship me that painting. I'll give you Keaton Mitchell for like $1 cash consideration.
How do y'all know each other?
Dude, Akili, that's Kyle's friend. Kyle brought him with us.
Right.
And I'm so grateful that he has because Keely is one of my favorite people in the league. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes.
Oh man. Kyle said he'll probably take it.
It'd be your own man's.
That paint had Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Lance Armstrong,
Michael Jackson, Jesus.
Michael Jackson, Captain Ginyu from the Ginyu Force.
Yo, speaking of which, did you see Netflix dropped a trailer today? They have made a movie about Mary.
Man. They had Jesus of Nazareth. They had all that. He had all that in the paint, man.
All right, so Kelly needs some advice. He said, thoughts on this trade. Rashad Wright, Odunze in a second for Breece Hall and DK Metcalf. Say no. That's a no for me, dog. And Kelly said, leave the painting alone. It has sentimental value.
All right, I'm going to leave the painting alone.
I would not take that trade at all.
I probably wouldn't take that either. Rashad White Odunze in a second for Breece Hall and DK.
No. I would leave it at Odunze in a second, or I would take that second out. And then we can have a conversation. Because the best player in that is Breece Hall. So change that second to a third, and then we'd have a deal. But a second's too valuable to me. And he said it is MLK, Obama, Malcolm X, and Nelson Mandela. Show some respect to your elders. Thank you, Akili. Talk to him.
I said I'm gonna leave the pain alone, so I'm gonna leave the pain alone. I'm gonna leave the pain alone.
Oh, he said, of course that came from Greg. Of course.
Shower White Doomsday to say for Breeze Hog. That's criminal. What type of offer? Actually, no, never mind.
No, go ahead, ask it. Now I'm intrigued.
I'm searching for a wide receiver. There's one that I like, and I think I'm going to attempt to trade. And I'm going.
What team is he on? You don't want to say who? All right.
No.
Real GMs move in the dark. First of all, Kyle, that was. Oh, I misread that. I don't know how. He was just being mean. He's being a bully right now. I'm calling HR.
He got that because every time I brought up this pain, I'm not gonna lie, I just added up a new collection. I just thought of a new collection of people. I got some Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima.
Oh God.
I said I leave the pain alone, so I'm leaving the pain alone.
Akili, we did speak on it on 45, now 47 at the top of the show. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And bam, that man is not a doctor. We need to stop calling him doctor. He ain't doctor nothing.
Yeah. Bam.
That's like that is a pimp named Slickback. Why he act like, see, and I know he be with the snow bunnies too. He not fooling me.
Oh yeah, Keely definitely.
Not Akili, Umar. No. Not Akili. I was talking about Umar.
I thought you were talking about Keely. I was like, well, yeah, that brother could be definitely.
Oh God.
He could be one of them. Oh man.
Jesus. Did you watch The Penguin?
I have not.
Okay. So we're not going to talk about it. I put it in our notes. I thought you were watching it. I'll leave it alone.
I heard it was good though.
It's amazing. Achilles says, send him a link to the stream. Do we dare?
What stream?
To this stream.
Oh no. Hold on. He's gonna get on with that painting, and I'm not gonna be able to control myself. And I said I'd leave that painting alone.
Nope. Akili is on the way. Akili, do you have Twitter? What's your email address, Akili? Does Akili have Twitter? Hold on, let's see. See if I can find it. Rojo Truther. Is this you? Caleb Squillums, is that you on Twitter, Rojo?
Caleb Squillums. Oh yeah.
I think I found his Twitter account, but it's private. Rojo.
I know he got plastic on the seats.
Rojo, just tell me where to send this link, and I'll send it right now. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. Add him to the Twitter chat. You about to get thrown out the paint. I can feel it.
Who, me?
You know what, Kyle? We got a couple. We got to be gone by now because I know another show's coming. Kyle, I just sent you the link. He can come. You can come. Pause. Whoa. That was insane.
It's a wild statement. I'm not gonna hold you.
But anyway, The Penguin cinema. Like, it is one of the best shows I've ever watched in my life.
It's like that for real?
It's like that for real. I have never rooted for a villain the way I've rooted for him.
I'm trying to get Keith Mitchell off my hands.
Like, what do you want for Keith Mitchell? Like, I got a third.
No, listen. You can stay over there.
What's the best offer you've gotten for Keaton Mitchell, and I'll see if I can match it.
I'll I told you an early round draft pick.
When you say earlier, you saying first or second?
Yes.
If it's a first, I ain't giving you no first for Keaton Mitchell.
I'm looking for a first, but I can tell you clearly he has some value to some people that I'm not seeing. I mean, I do see it because he flashed it last year when he played.
Okay. It's sad because there are some players on Greg's roster that I'm intrigued by, but I just can't. I just can't bring myself to it. Okay. This looks like a lost cause. Keely, you got like 15 more seconds before I'm getting off here. I gotta go get cash.
Cash?
Yeah, I get my beard trimmed tomorrow, and if you pay cash, it's a discount.
Freak ass boy said he gotta get his beard done.
Chill out. I gotta look nice. Gotta look nice for my old lady. My wife. I don't call her my old lady. That's disrespectful. We're not in a biker gang.
You sure?
Positive.
Love is a gang, they say.
That's true, but not that kind of game. All right, Achille, time's up. Do you got anything else for the people tonight?
Listen, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's been giving us excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I just want to shout out everyone who's been showing up and just giving us love each weekend and week out. Really appreciate the love and support we get on here for not only just going for two, but here on the Speak on the podcast. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate it. And who the Achille? He's coming in with the pain.
He is.
Man, all right. I said I
Is that's fine though. This feels like the Riddler, like you about to tell Gotham.
Listen to me. Keep my name out your mouth, man. Your dusty ass. Where's? Well, I can't even see you. Where is he?
There he is.
Yeah, you. Okay, I can see you now. Hey, listen, man. Hold on. Let me get comfortable.
If the Batman doesn't show his face about 6 o'clock, are you gonna kill everybody in Gotham?
What is your master plan?
I've had enough of the disrespect, man. Nope. It's one thing to talk about snow bunnies, but you gotta leave the painting alone. This is iconic. There you go, right there. Never forget.
But I'm gonna leave the pain alone, so I'm not gonna make any more.
Oh, also, I gotta show you something. Hold on. There's no plastic on my couch. Okay. It's just a regular couch, man.
It's just a regular couch. CD.
Yeah, and there's no snow bunnies. There's a beautiful black woman right here. Okay.
I didn't say anything about no snow bunny. I was talking about Umar. I wasn't talking about you.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. Keep my beautiful chocolate queen's name out your mouth. Okay. All right. All right. You can catch me on Twitter, bro. Durag Killy out.
God bless you, man.
I need it. Oh, my stomach.
I ain't got nothing, man. Achille, you're the best. You're the best.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, let me tell you.
And the fact that he just said, "Yo, keep my name out your mouth."
I want to give a public apology to Achille. He does not have a painting with characters on it. He does not have plastic on the sofa. He does not have a white queen. We have just never seen him in a room with Caleb Williams before. So that we just got to go along with that.
Good night. We'll see y'all next week, Achille. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Achille.
Devon Cowell dropping his lady's government name.
Oh man, I'm so weak. My stomach hurts. Oh, nigga can't here on his Will Smith timing.
Yo, check
Oh.
under your cars because Achille has put a bomb somewhere in the city.
My stomach really hurt. How come every time he gets on here, I just get to laughing? I couldn't even formulate words. I was laughing so hard. Come here.
Achille, do you live in Canada or do you live in the States?
Right, he lives in Canada.
He lives in Canada. Achille, do you live in Canada for real? Well, I might be trying to get dual citizenship, so.
Where you going?
Canada.
For real? Why?
They like my type up there, allegedly.
Well,
It's too cold to hate.
you think Canada is the move?
No. Let me ask you a question. Since, and Cal, maybe you can answer this. Are white women whiter in Canada because there's really not a lot of sun?
I heard the precipitation is good.
See y'all next week.
I heard the precipitation is good.
D, where can the people find you?
And people can find me at Los D-Mix. That is at LOSDEEMIX. You will find me. You will find my Twitter there. You will find my Instagram there, my Twitch, YouTube, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and I'm going to have y'all know I'm a really good DJ. So if you're ever out on the West Coast, specifically in the Pacific Northwest, holler at me. We DJing around. You might catch me and you might catch my little dog right here. Probably not the dog.
You can find me Danny Ocean 41. I've also jumped over to Blue Sky, which has been kind of fun. We'll see how that goes.
Who?
Blue Sky.
Who?
Bye. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.